action-packed gaming. Chill vibes tonight, chill vibes tonight. Laid back life, laid back. No stress, no fight, no stress, no fight. Throwing parts together, throwing parts. Crafting all night, get ready to build, get ready to build. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Gonna make it right. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Gonna make it right. Get ready to build. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Gonna make it right. Chill vibes tonight. Chill vibes tonight. Laid back life. No stress, no fight. No stress, no fight. Throwing parts together. Crafting all night. Get ready to build. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Gonna make it right.
Well, good morning and greetings to all of you pioneers out there. Don't worry, we'll get back to traveling. It's me, Kevin C. here with a desperate need for some coffee on this Tuesday, March the 31st. We are in the last day of March. We're going to be hitting April tomorrow. And I've got about 2 minutes after the 10 a.m. hour, at least from where I'm sitting. I know some of you are still sitting there in the past, and some of you are somehow in the future, but whatever present you happen to be in as you're watching this, I do hope it's going good for you. All right, as I just said, we're going to be doing a little more Satisfactory. We got plenty to do. And I just noticed today that the outer ring of my round floor is off. So I need to figure out how to fix that. I don't know if we're going to have anybody joining us today or not. But we shall see as we go. Satisfactory streams aren't as popular as my No Man's Sky streams, but yeah, it's all about hanging out and having fun and just chilling. You know, I'm never going to be one of them beastie streamers, but that's all right. We do what we do, and we try to have fun and try to put out the halfway decent good vibes whenever we can. All right, let's get on live. Let's get off my big ugly mug. Rah! All right, we're live. All right. All right, so I don't think we're going to have anybody in chat quite yet, but I'm going to take a peek on over because I just saw that move. And we do. We've got the dopamine connoisseur. Yo, what is going on? And we've got Levi Rivers. Good morning. How are you doing? Thanks for stopping in today. I've got a lot of work to do because we've started this new save with the experimental. So yeah, life is interesting at the moment with this. Alright. Now, I need to build a ladder. I'm going to take that off of there. And I got to somehow figure out what turn I'm missing. Alright, let's get a ladder going so I can climb up and see a little bit better. But, oh, if we look around, we can see right here we're missing a floor. And I don't know how to get it to where we need to. That becomes an interesting little predicament. Let's see. Away! Stop that. Thank you. The legendary Legend Aries. Welcome. Thank you for stopping in. Good to have you along. Alright, I think it needs to go here-ish. We have, and we've also made a step back, which is kind of a bummer. But what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to not get angry that we just blew a fuse somewhere. Now I got to go and run around and find out where that is. I want to say it's here. And I would want to be correct. All right. Oh, don't even. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, I forgot I was in Zoop mode, but that's okay. And I think there is one more. Right here. Yeah, so this game gets a little weird with snap points. I'm not entirely sure how how I want to deal with it yet. Because I need one thing and not what it's offering, if that makes any sense. But I think I'm going to do every other 3. I think that's going to math out right, but it could be wrong. So, no, I did 17 turns dopamine on the floor panel. So I kind of basically and I'm using a controller. So I hit RB to get the snap, lined it up on the floor panel, and then just went 1, zooped it, 2, zoop, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Because 18 would bring us back around, right? So I did it that way. I use catwalks to make curves when I'm out in the world. Right, I'm gonna move 1 over from that. I'm not sure if Mac and Katrina are going to join us today. No worries. Thank you for lurking, Levi. Levi, I think you can command that. I think you can exclamation point lurk. I'm pretty sure. Granted, you know how I am. All right, I think we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. La Burba. All right, so now we're going to get that out of here. For now, we're going to remove that and that. I'm going to kick this out. I'm then going to bring the stairs back in that way. That's temporary. Okay. So we're going to do another scan, make sure that we got everything. And unfortunately, I am limited on time again today. The mechanic. Yeah. We were hoping for a cheap fix, but of course it's my luck, so it was not. And then we had to order a part. So the part is in today, or should be, unless I get a call from him or something that doesn't show up. Then I will stay longer. But we shall see. Yeah. You know, tack on another 160, 70 bucks, something like that. But Yeah, cars are cars. They are what they are, you know. I mean, it could be worse. It could be a brand new car and parts are overly, crazily expensive. Okay, I think we're okay. I need to now figure out my... Oh, Shizen. Exactly, I need to figure out my shit. Pardon my language. Granted, the stuff I see and hear on YouTube, I pale in comparison to the multiple, what is the word I'm looking for? Curse words that are heard. See, and even that's not right. We're one, yeah, because we're, yeah, I don't like the way this maths. It's really weird. And I gotta do craziness to make it work. Granted, I don't have my jetpack, so... But, if we're gonna do it this way, I'm gonna have to move some as I go, right? So we'll call this our... Well, actually... That is our front. Just takes so much more work and effort. But again, I am... So this should be our back one, right? And I should probably stack this so I get the right. Hold on, you know what? Why don't we do that? Oh, wait. Am I even wrong on that? And I might have... Oh, no, I was offset specifically. Hey, Mac, what's going on? Welcome, welcome. So I sent you my Steam code in Discord. Yeah, see, and then it gets kind of funky there. And we are now offset. Oh, wait. No, we're not. I gotta do, yeah. All right, so we're coming around the mountain. Let's see what happens here. What happens 200? Well, I'm trying to get a circle going just to have it. And to also, you know, build something off of it. Trying to throw a little No Man's Sky into Satisfactory here, if you will, at some point. But, you know, we don't have the same flexibility in this game as we do with No Man's Sky. No worries, no worries. And again, I don't know if we're going to get Katrine or not today. I know she's been in an awful lot of pain, and we wish her a speedy recovery. That doesn't look right, does it? It does not, in fact. So guess what we're doing? We're starting this all over again. Because I am not taking a chance. She does. Yeah, well, it depends on which particular ailment or injury you were referring to. She should be recouping from her current one within the next week or so, hopefully. Yeah, this is where this becomes a pain. I also need to build a power structure, but alright, let's make this a little easier on ourselves, shall we? Because we did unlock something I think will be helpful to us. We should probably put that up there, but we like to live dangerously. Now I can actually get to that item. Like so. Now if I had my hover pack, that would be Jim Dandy. You go to your private messages. I can also post it in my Discord. I could put it in the, actually, I should make a new, well, I could put it in the Satisfactory room. I don't think friend codes for Satisfactory are going to be as needed for something like No Man's Sky and Light No Fire. Okay, so that should be counted. Now let's see here. If we take... maybe 2.5? No, because then we're too close here. Yeah, see, I don't like this. We got to go every 3. I don't like the mathy bits on this. Even that's not going to be right, correct? Correct. Should be 3. So we can't do any sort of in between. Right, so that's my in between, but no, sir, I don't like it. Yeah, so then that's gonna kick me. All right, so you're gonna want to do. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out exactly where my spacing is in this game, since, you know, this is a new build mechanic for me, so I'm trying to look at the pattern, and I kind of wish we didn't do what we did. Not a huge deal. I can actually probably widen the circle out and draw in a little better, which is kind of what I'm hoping to do. But that's what about making a circle in this game is you're kind of building and rebuilding, you know, because of the way the snap points are. Gets a little funky. All right, so if I'm to do every one, but I don't want to do every one. So yeah, we want like the top of the point there. Can we get that all the way around? And that would take some doing. And that has to be all of it. So, because you'd go here. This is where things get all funky. And it would also help if we had our hover pack. Yeah, but it means building a ton of scaffold. And honestly, I don't want to. I'm just trying to find the space between this one and this one. You know, there should be an even... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But there is not. You know, there should be a spot that, you know, works off of... So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can't split that. See where I'm going with this? So of course now it's getting dark. Alright, but I'll... So, this shape, which I can't remember the name of it. It's not a triangle, but something else. 1, 2... Shit. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, I'll give that a shot, but I now have to... I should just make something simple right now for this and call it a day. Why I'm getting overly complicated is beyond me. There's no real need or call for it. We're in a bunch of hurt right now, so we gotta go and... Alright, we gotta go do stuff that we don't want to do. Trying to think of, oh wait. Can't do anything without fuel, and right now everything is biofuel powered. But thankfully, I thought of that. Actually, I don't even need all that much, damn it. That should work. That should be more than enough, actually. Alright, you're moving. Looks like you're down over here. Indeed you are. Let's get rid of that. Let's give you that. And we'll top off everything we can, I guess. I've been looking at Star Rupture. Nobody plays it. He says he's having some... I've been following it a little bit here and there. Not, faithfully. But, it looks interesting. But having to rebuild and do all that stuff, I don't know about all that. Okay, so everything should be running. Got a weird dip here. Got to be upstairs. Okay, we'll get back to that. Everything's running at least. That's all I care about for the moment. It is the same as... well, you've already... I've sent you a private message there. So it's a direct message. You should just check your direct messages. You should see one from me. It should be the same name as the channel. Hold on, let me try something here real quick, like. I just sent you a friend request. That should help. I've sent you an invitation to my server. You should have a bunch of notifications at this point. One of them should get you somewhere near what we're trying to do. Hopefully. I know I've been known to flurb when trying to figure out some of this stuff. Sometimes it's just overly complicated for no reason, you know what I mean? All right. So, I don't like the fact that I can't break this apart into but that's not because it's don't like it. But you can't even do you know, every 3. Which would basically take care of part of the problem, but not all of it. See, I already know we're not. Yeah, I don't like that I can't basically build a... Yeah, the lack of symmetry in this game drives me nuts. Like, I can't take this circle and make an evenly spaced... you know, circular production plant. Where, you know, things are coming in and... No, sir, I don't like it. All right, so what if we do something dumb like this? But I don't like doing, because it never, yeah, it's offset there. See, it's not snapped. I don't like that. All right, that's snapped. All right, we'll snap what we can from up here, and then we'll go the other way. Do I want to leave a gap? See, that's the other thing. I'll do this. Boom. Flurba-derba-derba, which means I gotta do it, you know, via a long, drawn-out way. Yeah, Mac, don't even, you know, don't stress it. We'll figure it out, you know. I ain't worried about it. What I am worried about is the asymmetry in this game. Other than that, the game's pretty darn cool. And it needs, like, some decorative things, you know? People building cities and factories combined, you know. But this is my thing with any building thing, you know, any building game. Like, if you're going to spend the time in there building stuff and going crazy, then you might as well, you know, have the deco and whatnot to provide that depth or realism, you know. Well, depth. Sort of realism, you know, a little bit here. All right. Oh, hey. Well, that was a waste of time. That's our problem right there, yeah. Yeah, there's that, but I can't split it the way I would like to split it. It does not math that way. Like, I can't quarter out the sections. You know what I mean? That doesn't quite work either, does it? Because we're always like a hair off on that, so you need to be down there to snap it. See, because we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because you have to rely on this shape here, you know what I mean? Ah, the burba. The only downside now is I'm going to be screwed on which one is which. I need my floaty jetpack thing, or they need to install a build camera. Or I need to know whatever the menu command is to turn that on permanently. Yeah, and then we're going to end up with that weird gap. And this isn't even right. What the? Yeah. Please install build camera. All right. Double tap tap. What's going on? Reinforced iron plate. All right. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with it here. I've done circles from you know, I did the turning thing. The other circle is, it's harder to get the, doesn't have the same turning radius. It's, you know, it's wider. It's a wider degree angle. All right, I have to keep an eye on the time today. I gotta get to my, go back to the mechanic. Hopefully, last time I got to see him for a little bit. At least for the car. He is an old friend, so. We're gonna need some, so I'm just gonna make a few. A couple $100, which these days is a lot of money. But, you know, gotta get done, gotta get done. I know we're gonna need a few of these as well. Well, I was hoping yesterday it would have been the cheap fix, which would have been the aluminum cone gasket and some new bolts, you know, and tighten everything up again. But there was enough rot or rust. So there's a down pipe from the header, and then the front pipe, you know, mid pipe to cat and all that, you know. So it's the front pipe, of course, where it gets the most splash up from the wheels. Has a tendency to go, but of course, you know, you got to order it from the dealer, and the reason that it's a little more expensive is because it's not just a piece of piping, it's, you know, got a hanger attached to it, you know, to hang on the, where it hooks into the rubber bit, the rubber hanger. So, yeah. But it shouldn't take too long. Oh, because I just use the iron plates to make the other ones. Yes. All right. Let's see. Let's go 1, 2, 3. There you go. Just dropped a link in chat there, Mac. She does, she does. Rotor. And status. Oh, excuse me. Yeah. We're probably going to need some motors too, so. Yeah, I was hoping to get at least another hour today, but I really want just to not be going to the garage. Spent the past couple weekends there. Well, that's not true. Spent one full weekend there and now about to be almost another full weekend. My weekend. Which is basically Monday and Tuesday. And Sunday, but he doesn't work on Sundays, so. And if I had a spot to, put this on a lift and whatnot, I could do it myself, but I also don't have a torch, which, that helps with certain bolts, which he does have, obviously. I mean, I've been going to this garage since I was a kid with him, and, we were friends growing up, and it was his dad's garage. So, definitely spent a ton of time in that garage. Okay, please tell me you have enough stuff now. Enough to get going what we want, or at least partially. And only because I think this is the one I was having trouble with the other day. No, but actually, yeah, this is the one that's doing all the weird spiky bit. Ah, this is why. No, I know. I'm I'm dry fitting. No worries. So basically what I'm doing here is I'm going to dry fit the generator, and then that way I know kind of where to place a floor panel in the water to then, you know, have the extractor sort of snap to it and then move that around. So method to madness, sort of. But I also now have to figure out my pattern because, you know, being being an odd number or whatever, even number, whatever that case may be, I can't quarter out my circle. So like with No Man's Sky, you can quarter out your circles. You know, every degree, you know, you can do, I don't know what the, you know, the degree math is on all of this, but, you know, take a pie and slice it up. You know, you're going to get even slices, right? If you quarter it. This you cannot. That quarter piece is missing. And I don't know if I'm doing something wrong or if it's just the way that it builds. But if I look here, the pattern seems proper. You know, at least to have a pattern. And I don't know if doing it with the, the catwalk, if that method would get me the quarter but not be as smooth of a circle. We could try that. Why the hell not? That technically would be our, whoa, our beginning, right? Our north. In this case, almost east. Yeah, I bet you it's pretty east. But see, the jaggedness of that. Yeah, it's pretty easterly. So I don't know which way is better. Do you know what I mean? I don't know, or if this is gonna, because you only have that one click. You know what I mean? So we'll try running a circle off of this. and see what we get. Yeah, but here, circumference changes dramatically. Like, this is gigantic. So this is... And we do not have, see what I mean? We don't have a center point. Or, you know, our is way off. So as it starts to, that's going to be a gigantic, and we're shifted off the island. Not a big deal, but so I can see that's more of an arc than it's going to be a circle where that's going to, you know, where that needs to meet up. You know, great for curves. I don't think so much for a circle. But let me think about this for a minute or two, or 3 or 4 or 5. You know, and then if we want the opposite curve, we just start on the opposite side of, you know, if you want this to curve this way, you're always on the outside, you know. If you want it to curve this way, you would be... No, but I would like to, you know me. Not like I want to make a mandala out of it, but kind of. Makes it very difficult to do that sort of thing here. It doesn't really give me much in the way of see, but if I
Interesting, most pioneers already had coal power set up by this point, because they understood their responsibility to humanity. Adjusting pioneer attitude metrics. Reminder, coal-powered generators require coal.
True, true. Mm-hmm. Okay. That's not enough. If we go to the next, say 2. Yeah, we'll have to get into playing with circles again at some point. I got to figure out how to get, you know, that evenly spaced circle. So I could cut it properly. Okay, so then if we go... You should be here. Okay. Or is that not right? No, that's not right. Ah! Okay, no. I mean, the pattern's accurate, but... the rest of it is not. Well, if we can get it to work where we need it to, maybe. So so this needs to go over to here, but that doesn't seem right. Or is it? Yeah, it's not. See, this is what I'm talking about. So while the pattern is... the number of floor panels is not. There's something funky with the way that this counts out. See, we've got 2, 2. There is no... Or is there? No, there isn't. Okay, that brings us to the 1. So it's going to be 3 of them at a time. All right, we need reinforced iron plates again. Burglar, 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 burglar. It's going to be it's 1, it's 2. Be 2. That would be 2. All right. Okay. All right. It's not exactly what I want, but we'll figure out what to do and how to do. But see, you can see it right here. Okay. The way the floor panels are coming out. The way that this particular circle and how this is where it rotates, that is 3, 6, 9. Yeah. It's not going to work the way I want. We will make it work. I mean, don't get me wrong. We're going to do some Flabourbon and we'll get it going. But all right, speaking of Flabourbon, my coffee is at that gross temperature. I am bummed. I'm going to, you know what? As soon as I'm back from the mechanic, I'm going to come back and I'm going to work on this some more. I got a couple hours tonight, even though I got to go to work tomorrow. I do have some, hopefully. All right, we need some reinforced iron plate. We're just going to make all of it. Well, no, we'll make half. Yeah, we'll make however as much as it takes for me to go warm up my coffee, take a quick bio break. So we'll hammer this out right now. I don't know what it's going to look like, Mac. It could be a complete nightmare, which is more than likely what it's going to be. I have a feeling we're going to regret everything we're doing right now and tear it down and rebuild it, or make it work to an extent and, learn from our mistakes, hopefully. All right. So we're going to take a quick little breather, a couple of minutes. We'll be back in a few. If you're going to be getting going, thanks so much for stopping in and giving it some of your time. I do appreciate it. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, leave a comment, ring the bell, and all that YouTube jive on the way out. For those of you sticking around, I'm on the verge of madness. Way past that. For those of you sticking around, get up, stretch out, peel the peepers away from the screen for a few minutes. Get a bio break in, get your munchie, get your beverage, wash your hands, and we'll be back in a few.
All right.
Clouds roll in, it's a mellow scene. Lights flicker soft like a faded dream. Laser beams cut through the rain. Easy vibes drifting like a train. Nip, nip in the air, feeling so right. Chasing lights, lasers in the night. All the pretty shapes, they spin so slow. Roll the smoke, pretty shapes, they spin so slow. Roll the smoke, let the rhythm flow. Nip, nip in the air, feeling so right. Chasing lights, lasers in the night. All the pretty shapes, they spin so slow. Roll the smoke, let the rhythm flow. Clouds roll in, it's a mellow scene. Lights flicker soft like a faded dream. Laser beams.
Alright, we're back. What else do I need to build those? I need... Yeah, let's make a... We need cable and rotators. Alright, cable we got being made. So, Mac, when you're in Steam, once you get my number, go up to Friends, add friend, and then it'll give you a spot to plug that number in. And you just have to be logged into Epic as well, I believe. Alright, cable, 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 cable. And I always use a ton of cables, so we'll grab a few. And rotors. I need, what, 24? Perfect. Well, yeah, to join me, you know, but to, you know, you through Discord, you'll have I sent you a message with my Steam code, and then you put that in on Steam, then we become friends on Steam, and then once there, when you open up the game, you would join game. Sure, this keeps going crazy on me. I don't know why, but it does, and I'm gonna fix this once and for all. No, I'm not. We say we're gonna, but we never do. Yeah, see, now it's getting too crazy there. I got some sort of glare thing going on. Are you on a phone or computer? It should say you have invites and stuff somewhere. It should send some sort of notifications. I sent you an invite to the server, sent you a friend request. There should be some sort of red dot somewhere telling you, like, hi. Computer. Alright, so when you open up Discord, the left-hand side, there should be, like, you know, the servers you belong to, and then at the very, very top, there should be you know, the direct message. Interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, and like I said, I did send you an invite to the server. Let me try sending it again and see what happens. Alright. Because I sent you direct message. You delete that. Delete it. Delete it. Alright, so we do have one mutual server, which is mine. So you are on the server. Alright, so trying to think of how to do this here. Try going to the welcome page on mine where you went in and said, you know, welcome. Click on your name, see what happens. But it should have, you should have direct messages. And you should have a friend request somewhere. Yeah, so the very top of your page and for Discord, there's an inbox. And there should be like, should have a red dot up there. Be like a little mailbox looking thing, a question mark, the download for an update, which is now, inbox is still empty, okay. Odd. Odd, odd, odd. Try closing out and reopening. I close the window down and reopen it. If I could bring them in closer. That'd be kind of neat. Alright. No, it's okay. Again, we'll figure it out. Because I see you as Mac on there, so. What if we bring it all the way in? To like here. Will it let me, for starters? No. Okay. That's what I thought. It will not. So we gotta start with this. Or I could have two, you know, outside. Ooh. You know what? Yeah, we need to come in that half step so that grabs that rail. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we gotta redo those. Oh well. Not a big deal. And it gives us a little practice on how to get things where we need them. That's blue stated? Or green stated? I can build that right there? Crazy, but okay. Okay, 3, 6, do 12, I think. We need another 3, damn it. Eh. It's okay. I don't know about good yet. We'll see, we'll see. I need my hover pack. Alright, so then we could do that. That gives us I don't know, can we? No, we can't. Why is that all wacky like that? That should be on the 3. Oh, okay, so that should be... Ah, but it's not! Ah, yeah, Flurber. Wait a minute, is it? Yeah, it is. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Thought it was giving me a issue without having a reason. But alright, I'll have to figure that out. Yeah, I don't like this method per circle. I mean, it's, you know, it's pretty smooth. I don't know. I gotta figure something out because this ain't working. I mean, I'm gonna make this work for something anyway while we have it built, but it's not really what I am after. Wish I could get rid of this frickin' rock. But that creates a problem now, doesn't it? 10 to 1 says I can't get rid of this thing. This is probably one of those rocks I can't. Too bad. Alright, so that flurbs me as well. Now I gotta work that rock into everything, which... Am I sensing a deletion? So you know how this goes. It's a question of testing everything here. So we can't do anything here because that stupid rock. Or I bring it in tighter. But then we're going to end up with less. And we're not going to really get what we want. So, just for ha-has, let's do that there. We know you're not going to be, so let's put you here. And then where do you block? Right there. And then you're way over here. Okay. Mods. We need mods. Yep. That's the only way to do it, I think, is to have some mods moving around here, because otherwise we are right on that rock, which sucks. It sucks I can't move or blow that rock up either. It's really annoying. There are some, yes. I haven't really looked into it, but from what I understand, there are. Is it? Why? Why must you be this way? I want my frickin' jetpack. Or my hover pack. Yeah, but it's more of an aesthetic thing right now for me. That's telling me I'm gonna be angry now. No, they all get it close, but they all lack one major component of some sort or another. What if I do it like this? I come in with those. Still right on the edge, though. Almost forgivable. That's the problem I was worried about, though. Then there's nowhere to walk in the center, really. And can I bring that in? Yeah, I can't. So I can't match that. That would have to end up being out anyway. Just no way to get rid of that rock. Why? Okay, I'll take a hint. Of course. Wish I could get rid of that rock. All my problems would be solved. Or I'm going to just have to move this back. Can it be blown up later? How? With the nuke one? Is my obelisk not? Okay. As long as it doesn't have to be the nuke one. It's going to kind of hinder the building process here for a bit, but... Because that's 3, 6, 9, 12. 14, 15, 16, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait. We got 4 more, so 3, 6, 9, 12. Gets us 16. That's 4, 8, 8, and it's 6, 16. But we gotta figure out where to put those. Because it's either gonna stick out a little bit further, or we're going to be in way further than we want to be. But, and this won't allow me to do that with this one. I think we already just figured that out, yes? Didn't we already figure that out? Oh, I'm missing rotors anyway. Okay. Yeah, because once that comes in here, it's going to end up, yeah, so it'll clip. It's just clipping everywhere, so we'd have to, yeah, okay. Yes, I thought we already figured that out, but. But we're not, right? Hold on, what are we at? We're at... Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, we are. Aren't we? Three, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, okay. Yeah, we're good, right? 4, 8, 12. 3 times 4, right? Am I okay here? I think I'm all right here, right? 3, 6, 9, 12. Back to front. And so 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I thought, and I knew I was right. 3 and 1 is 4. 2 and 2 is another 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Now the problem is going to be the water. How am I going to blurb that up to everything? All right, nobody's going to want to hear this. Thought I only needed 3. Thought it was 1 per 4. Right, this is where things are going to get all kinds of wackadoo. Gotcha. Okay. I wish you could nudge all of that. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. The outsides. I'm thinking about putting them here and then doing here and here, here and here, here and here, here and here, blah, 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 and then 1, 2, 3. I mean, I need 2 more. For all the middle ones. In the middle, I have 1 here. It's 1, 2. I'm always up for a hint. Another 2. And then another 2, right? 1, 2. Or put the water extractor in the middle of this one. And it's, you know, a suggestion, so I'm always up for suggestions. If I can think of a way, or if I can't, then maybe you'll say something that, you know, leads me to think of something, or, you know, whatever. Well, we're going to have to go up, obviously. Yeah, I wish the collision wasn't so big. And I could draw this in a little bit more. I need to move the whole thing. Y'all don't want to hear it, but it has to happen. And then move it out. What happens if I water extract per? Could I do... Because I want to do some symmetry here, you know what I mean? Could I run one water extractor for... So if I had one water extractor just doing the center one, and then I had one here doing each one of the side ones, one for the center, one for the two sides, one for the center, one for the two sides, one for center. Would that work? Could I get away with that? The other thing I'm hoping is I have enough water here for water extractors as well. Okay. Nice. I like having my water extractors out first, honestly. And then I connect that way. Now, can I connect? Man, I'm going to have to come back later. I'm not going to have enough time for all this today. I need that hover pack. I really, really need the hover pack. For me to build properly, I need that hover pack. And that's not going to come out for a bit, is it? It's such a drag that that's such a late game thing. You really need it to build properly and to build more complexly. And to build with more complexity. That other way was not really proper. La Burba. I don't even know how I want to run the pipe right yet. And I got to run power. And I don't have that much time left. Damn it. Not to mention we're going to have to go through and fix it all later anyway. Because that's the other problem we run into, right? Oh, definitely. Yeah, yeah. I really need. Otherwise, I got to build a bunch of freaking useless scaffold that I got to delete later, and that's like early No Man's Sky BS in my mind. You know what I mean? It's like I don't need that hassle. I just want to build. And I shouldn't need that, you know. Alright, so. How are we going to want to do this? That's why I don't know. See, to me, it's I put the water extractor down first, and then... Yeah, and everything's going to be in my way right now. Yeah, this annoys me. I'm sorry. It does. It just annoys the hell out of me. Because you can't get good, you know, view or purchase, you know, to do what you want to do. You know, you have to build all this other crap in order to see what you're trying to build. And in a game like this, where it's important to kind of see what you got going on, you know, it is frustrating. The whole left and right thing kills me too. It'd be nice if you could reverse the inputs so that you could have things match. I wish I had flight mode in general on a console command, you know? Like, isn't there... The other thing, too, we got to get the coal here. That I'm less worried about. Frustration. All right, so this is kind of what I got to work with a little bit. But the problem lies... with the fact that I can't build when I'm in water. This is what I'm talking about. Like, you need to be able to get to your stuff and be able to see what you're doing. You know, and if you're over water like this, or, you know, you have some sort of obstacle, you need to be able to get your camera in the, you know, into the area so that you can see what you're doing. You know, especially on something as complicated as, you know, putting your machinery in the proper spot. Like for here, I would need to, yeah, this is gonna, they need a build camera. Yeah, 100%. 100%. A game with this kind of logistics, you need a build camera. You need to see where you're bringing your stuff. You know, you need to be able to, you know, kind of sit there and make multiple attempts in that area to kind of get what you want. Not everybody is, you know, who's played this is an engineer and smart. Some of us are dumb. Go based on creativity. Alright, this is still driving me nuts too. I think we're about to. I don't need to do that just to flip it around. In order to do this, I'm going to have to do what? I'm going to have to remove all of these to get at that, place those back. Because I can't see, can't get into the spacing without creating... Because that's right there. But because the machine's on it, it's not going to want to snap. No, there it is. Okay. And then that eats up that, which means I got to bring that down. Which is fine. So if I take you and I pop you right there, do that. Yeah, but it's more the perspective I'm trying to get is really what I'm trying to say, I guess. You know, in order to see what you're doing and all of that razzmatazz. That's going to create an issue, and that's not how I'm going to do it. What do we need to do? Well, yeah, no, I'm just, you know, when it comes to building, I get a little, like, why didn't the people making the game think about these sort of things? You know, it's like, come on, it's mildly obvious. You know, you should know. You know, to think in this fashion if you're going to build. You know? That's right. We don't have much time left today anyway. I unfortunately have to go back to the mechanic and finish the job we were hoping to get done yesterday. But we had to order a part. You're not being bossy, Mac. Don't worry about that. No worries on that. The frustration is going to be, that's going to happen when it comes to building in any game for me. Because things that seem to me that should be an obvious thought process when dealing or creating a build mechanic are not always obvious to people. You know what I mean? So, with that said, you know, for me, right now, it is more of a, you know, and I'm also used to coming from a certain build mechanic and build style, you know, so. And then knowing what one game can do and another one might not be doing, but should be doing, and vice versa. If I had the hover pack, I'd be all set. You know what I mean? I could do what I need to do, because it essentially is the game's build camera. But I feel it should come sooner than later. As you're getting more complicated in your building, you kind of need that, you know, to be able to view things from different angles. And to get up close and, you know. No worries. I don't have a preferred game yet. I'm still too new to the game. And I wish the water wasn't as specific for its flow. And I don't even know if they fixed any of that mechanic yet, or if they're still in the middle of that. Alright, so let's use that as our base for right now. Because I can always do some clipping stuff for fun. It's not going to matter, and I want to do it for looks. I just wish I could do... Yeah, I'm going to have to do a whole blueprinty thing, and I'm going to have to create something, but I need to get the basics down first before I start thinking decorative. But at the same time, that is part of it. Because, you know, everything is on the opposite side. So you have to cross over with a lot of this here. So I need to kind of come down, back around, sort of thing. And then we just jump. And I think I want that to come into the middle. And I want to see if I can do it, because I don't know if I can. I want to see if I can merge. Alright, let's try that before I get rolling. Like I said, I'm going to try to make it back tonight for a second run of this. The ladder. Well, so between the two of us, we could create something really cool. Or if when Katrine is feeling better, the three of us, something that looks cool and operates properly. Just a curiosity thing. Nothing permanent. Yet. Ah, okay. try it again now. But this time... Alright, so I only can get so many out of that. Okay, let's try it a different way, because I think it might be the way the red is coming through. So if we start here, that's going to come in there. Boom. And then that could go out to that, that, and that. But that, yeah, because that should be our, yeah. Boom, boom, and boom, right? So then I want to take that and we want to take that. Which is that. And you okay, you don't like that. I could half nudge you for those. It's not going to quite work though, will it? No. Alright, we'll put you there just for fun. We did have it better before. Why is that? Oh, you know what? Maybe... that is that. That's what I saw, and that would be that. So... Frustration. Stop it. Come on. What I'm talking about. Build camera. Build camera. Build camera. Now my dumb feet are in the way. Yeah. Build camera. I cannot stress that enough. For any and every game that has any sort of building in it. It makes the most sense. You have a build mechanic, you need to see where you're going. Plain and simple. Doesn't take much more than that. Yeah, see? Yeah, but it should be... You should have a build mechanic in your normal, you know... in your normal save as well. It just... It makes sense. Damn it. And it irks me that you cannot... You can't see what the hell you're doing, eh? Yeah, see, that's offset. The game is not designed for you to do a certain building. You know, you're kind of stuck with very grid-like. But I should be able to turn that on its axis. You know, and get a 45, you know, this or that, the other ones. All right, I can half step it up. Which is, I mean, it's funky. And we'll just do a, you know, a little run here and see what we get. Nothing particular, I'm just gonna... I understand there will be clipping here, but I'm not really worried about that at the moment. I think we'll be okay. And this is just, again, this is a test. Just for an actual build. We wouldn't have to worry about anything. Yeah, I think we're already thinking the same thing. But I'm kind of figuring, you know, we'll see what happens. I still got to figure out the in portion of that as well. And then we're going to have to split it off. Yeah, because where's the in? All right, so we have an in here. Oh, wait a minute. What if I do it this way? Da, 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 da. All right, so then we're going to have to half step again on the same one, right? So I could half step. That shouldn't get in the way. And then if we can get one turned in between these, that's an out. And then we got to turn it into a merger. No. Yes and no. I wish that would just register as, you know, a different direction and it wouldn't, you know, cross over. We don't have nudge. Yeah, you're right. Shoot. All right, this is some logistics that we are not going to figure out today. We'll mess with this our next stream. I'm going to try and make it back tonight, but that's going to be a tough one. I'm going to see what I can do, but we'll see. If not, we'll see if I get home early from work tomorrow. We'll jump in. But other than that, it will be our usual Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I do have to head off to the mechanic and do the last bit, so depending on when I get done there, and depending what he's got going on, is going to, be how long I'm there, and whether or not I have enough time to do the errands and stuff for the day, and still jump into stream today. So we will figure that out. But Mac, yeah, we gotta figure out how we can hook up on Discord here, so that we can figure all this stuff out. And I will try to send you another message. But you are on my thing, so. Oh no. Patience is, of course. You know more than I. You've been playing it longer. I will take any advice you got. It's just hard. It's hard to be creative in certain aspects, until I get that hover pack, so I can kind of, have a build camera of sorts. That'll definitely help me out a bit. So I can kind of see the angles and where things are, and I can kind of fly in the directions, like, my other one. But that's not for a little bit yet, so we got to figure out how to get to that point. But in order to get to that point, we need power, etc., etc. So, we'll get there, I swear. But, and then we'll get the beautification part going. But I think I'm going to have to do this in such a way. But I really, really like it to come into the middle and then kind of go out, back and over, and kind of, in some sort of fashion that way, and sort of flower out. It makes it a little difficult, to try and do that. We could do something like this. But see, this is the stuff that gets me. Like, why is that okay? But, and then maybe, have something along these lines. And then we would need, and then go in, figure these things out. But yeah, logistically in a circle for this stuff is crazy. So we'll get into that soon. All right, y'all. Thanks again so much for hanging out. Sorry I got to get going after 3 hours today. I was hoping to be able to, do a little bit more today. We did get some stuff done, so, we figured a few things out, and we've got a lot more to figure out. So, that's sort of a never-ending process. But yeah, until next time, this has been me, Kevin C. here at Action Pants Gaming, wishing all of you builders out there a little bit of love, peace, and machine grease. Get your action pants on, get out there, start building some wild and wacky stuff, no matter what game you're building in. It's all about fun, a little bit of frustration, and just trying to figure things out. Throw some parts against the wall, see what sticks, have some fun, don't worry about it too much, and we will see you soon. Until next time, take care. Bye, everybody.
action pants gaming. Chill vibes tonight, chill vibes tonight. Laid back life, laid back. No stress, no fight, no stress, no fight. Throwing parts together, throwing parts. Crafting all night, get ready to build, get ready to build. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Gonna make it right. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Gonna make it right. Get ready to build. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Let's make it right. Gonna make it right. Chill vibes tonight. Chill vibes tonight. Laid back life. No stress, no fight. No stress, no fight. Throwing parts together. Crafting all night. Get ready to build. Let's make it right. Let's make it right.